What's up, guys? Welcome back to Engineering in Space and also in Isolation. I think I said "und" as in like the German "and," which was odd. So last time we took this ship apart and now we have to put it back together in the way we'd like it to be. There's a lot of things I'd like to do this episode, but we don't have time for everything, so it'll just be some things. I apologize if my voice is a little bit off today because I have an illness. I am living with a plague bearer. Naturally, this has led to me contracting the plague, and I will soon spread it to the rest of Europe. I won't. That sounds like a threat. I have no intentions to spread any plagues, but she did go to London, and then that infected me with the illness. So I'll do my best to do all my sniffing and stuff off camera, but some may slip in. Am I bashing? I am bashing. I shouldn't bash my new spaceship. Also, though, we're not welding, so I'm going to turn that off and then check what components we need. Maybe a little bit less... oh no, do we even have power cells? I think we can probably get power cells. Let's see how whether we can grind out some power cells. I think I mentioned it in a previous episode. I don't really know exactly what the deal is with... well, no gravity here, obviously. Which means that we're in a dangerous situation in terms of if we run out of power. Probably use the one that's not got explosive next to it. I don't know what the deal is with grinding, whether I can actually grind out the power cells without them falling apart, like whether it will turn the power cells into scrap. I know that happens under some scenarios, but I don't really know what those scenarios are and what determines whether or not it turns into scrap. It seems like I'm getting them. Let's check our inventory. Ah, no. They are turning into scrap metal. So, I don't know how we are going to get power cells. So, I think then to complete the ship we will need an assembler. So I guess we're going to get started on that. Let's build a platform where we can have our assembly facilities. And this is probably going to be underneath somewhere. Unless we have some power cells in here. No, we don't. So we need an assembler so that obviously we can make a disassembler. I can feel a sneeze coming, so there's going to be a cut soon. I don't know, maybe I've conquered it, maybe it's going away. Hard to tell. I guess we're going to go... Oops. I guess we're going to bang ourselves against that, and then we're going to go down. I'm running out of space. Well, I'm not running out of space. I've got plenty of space. I'm running out of the space that I want to use. So I tell you what, let's do this. We're going to have a little bit of a turn here. Had a bit of trouble putting that. I'm still having it. Okay, there you go. For some reason I just couldn't place it. So what we're going to do is have this. This will need interior plates, yep. We're going to have the station curve around a little bit, which is nice. Okay, sorry, I just had a bit of trouble, so I'm a bit slow today. So I was trying to figure out how to get stuff out. I think part of the problem we're having with the ship, I don't know if you remember in the last episode, well, that's not going to work, is it, obviously? Let's grind this off. In the last episode, we were having some trouble getting some stuff out of our ship on some occasions, under some circumstances. I think the problem was actually that those objects are in the cockpit, which is not connected by the right kind of connector to pull stuff out properly. Because I just noticed that the things we were trying to get out were in the cockpit. I don't know how they got in there though, which is interesting. Okay, so I've just finished building this structure, and I noticed that there is a heavy freight coming in. Spartan means bad, because Spartans are typically dangerous, if 400 is to be believed, anyway. And it was probably just Spartan propaganda, so I'm guessing they're not that bad. Okay, this is the layout for what will be our processing area. So this is ship processing, and this is ore processing and resource processing. So we're going to have our hydrogen generators. I think, hang on, let's look up hydrogen. So honestly, I don't know how hydrogen works because it was put in the game basically after I stopped playing. But I'm guessing that you can generate hydrogen using in the same thing as an oxygen generator. I guess you generate it from water, from ice. But honestly, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to put down an oxygen generator anyway, but the main focus right now is the assembly, because that's kind of desperately needed. Jury assembler. I don't know what that is. So I've set this up so that we'll be able to connect our assemblers at the back to the rest of our system. So we're getting to the place where we really need to start thinking about connecting all of these things together. So I'm basically going to have as many of assemblers as it's feasible to have. But for now, let's just start off with 3. So I've designed it, I'm having it so that... so I've moved them back a little bit because it doesn't really matter that they're on the station, and we can connect them, like for example, we can put these... In fact, this is probably exactly what we'll do right now. We can connect them like this. It looks fine and it'll do the job. This means just that we've saved 1 space worth of connector, and the connector is going to run along here, probably under here and then under there, just so we don't have to see it from the top. Yeah, so this is all set up. We're going to fill these in. I think I'll probably have the resources, but honestly I don't know. Okay, yeah, we've got the resources to make these. And then we can try and make the battery components we need from by breaking down other components. We're quite slow. So, what do we do about this heavy frigate? Frigate is a military word, right? So I am guessing lots of guns, and that we might be better off not going after it. I will certainly have a look though, because frankly, I'm a bit of an idiot. But I will go have a look, yeah, absolutely. Makes me wish we hadn't taken that apart so that we could have had it ready. When that gets really close, like so close that it's not dangerous for us to go and look, I will absolutely go and look. If we can get these built in time and put together the resources we need, it will be worth just taking our new ship out. We will see though. The ship should be ready. We just need to weld a few components onto it. Okay, so we haven't got the required components to complete this one. Oh, computers. I'm sure we've got computers in our storage. Okay, things are getting tight. We have just run out of computers. So, we need to see... So we need iron, nickel... Iron, nickel, and silicon wafers. And what else has those in? I'm going to grab every useless component we have. Like, we have a ton of thruster components that we just don't need. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we will see where we go from there. Okay, we are breaking down basically all the stuff that we can spare. I don't know why there's 1 construction component in there, but we will soon get a little bit of uranium, which will be helpful, but also some silicon wafers and some nickel, which will also allow us to build solar panels, which is very helpful. So we'll put those together soon as well, and I'm going to keep looking for things to destroy, basically. I think that heavy frigate looks like it's coming towards us, doesn't it? I mean, I had this worry in the first episode, but this one really looks like it. And I will say the same thing I said in the first episode. If that thing comes towards us and ends up destroying our base, I will see what we'll do about that, because it'll probably result in me reloading an old save and fixing things manually, because that's not fair. That's clearly an error. That shouldn't happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Heavy frigate looks bad. I mean, maybe it's heavy in terms of the amount of resources that it's carrying. It's like it's heavy because it's got a ton of valuable resources on it. Maybe that's what it means by heavy. So I realized that the explosives... I'm going to push these off into the abyss after we've gotten the explosive out of them. The explosives in these small mines are little tiny sources of both computers. I didn't realize, I forgot they had computers in it. Very useful computers, but also wafers. They have. I don't know why I'm grinding this camera down. I just saw it. Cameras make me nervous. He says recording himself. I suppose it's audio, which is different. Yeah, they're wonderful little sources of wafer. Now I'm grinding everything because I've started. I don't need anything there. Yeah, silicon wafers, which is very valuable to us. So I'm going to look around for explosives to grind to get out. We are in a minefield, so it shouldn't be hard. I should put this in a really good spot. It also gives us the added advantage that these will no longer explode when we hit them. The heavy frigate actually disappeared in the end, which is fine by me. It seems far too dangerous for us to want to tackle. So somewhere on this ship there's two oxygen generators. I'm going to find them because they may be our ticket to salvation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'll turn out to be wrong. I think oxygen generators also produce hydrogen. If I am wrong, it's going to be a big mistake. But I honestly can't think of where else you'd get hydrogen other than an oxygen generator. And maybe they've just not yet renamed it to gas generator. I'm going to find those oxygen generators and break them down so that we might be able to use them on our base. I brought a ship over because I'm fairly close to dying. So and if that's going to happen, I'd like our ship to be nearby. I'm finally going to rebuild our grinder so that we can just grind these oxygen generators down. Okay, good. We actually had all the resources around available to make a grinder, so that's fine. I'll have to go around manually and try and find these oxygen generators because I haven't even seen them. You'd think I would have noticed that before. They've also got ice in them, which is extremely valuable, and it's probably the only ice we're ever going to get. I suspect they might be under here in the chassis of the ship, so I'm trying to grind through. Okay, it looks like there's something a bit further up ahead. This is a bit of a bulge. Okay, another ship's just spawned in, and you know what I can tell? Firstly, there's a symbol, but secondly, my whole game just completely froze for a second. Don't know what's causing that. I'm guessing it's something to do with Space Engineers, not with my computer. But that's because I'm still living the dream that my computer is perfect and faultless in every way, which is bound not to be true. I'm also finding it very difficult to grind any of these blocks because they're so... I'm going to have to do this manually because they're so messed up. TLF Clyde. That looks like something we could take out with our special little ship. Our baby bird of prey. Unofficially the baby bird of prey. Okay, I'm in the ship. I am the ship. Don't really know what's happening right now. I thought we were taking damage because our screen had turned... Okay, we died. We respawned outside of the area, so we kind of lost everything in that regard. So, since we are in the middle of space anyway, I can see our base, it's there. We're in no particular danger immediately. I may as well go toward Clyde. We've already died, so we have nothing to lose in terms of death. We're going to die again. It's going to take us a while to get back to our ship. I'm going to try and get Clyde. We'll see what happens. Okay, we have gotten to Clyde. It looks like he's got no weapons that I can see right now. It looks like Clyde might be a good little ship for us. Oh, wow. I think this is a great find. Is it a small ship or a small ship? It's going to be a pain getting him, but this is a really good find, I think. I sneezed and cut it out, which is, I think, the appropriate thing to do. So we have a grinder with us because we died. I'm just going to grind all this down, then grind it back up. Okay, there we go. We have Clive. I've turned on the inertial dampeners because, fuck it. And there were no traps. I'm going to turn off the lights. He has a surprising amount of power. I am going to rename him because however nice of a name Clyde is, I mean, I don't know, it's just, I didn't plan my station around the idea of having a Clyde in it. No offense into Clives, it's just that it doesn't make sense. I've got little baby bird of prey and Clyde. Oh, I was trying to turn to see where the marker was, and that's our own tail. So, we need to find our ship. Aha! Good. There we go. I'm going to get up to speed here, and then turn off the inertial dampeners. Autopilot, gyros, landing gear, life support. It's got some good systems, I think. I was busy looking at the systems and almost flew a brand new ship into our smashed up base. Fortunately I didn't. Clyde hasn't got much power left in him because he's running on reactors, and as far as I can tell they're almost empty. He hasn't got much stopping power. He's got a lot of speed but not much stopping power. So I'm going to land Clyde. Okay, we're back with Clyde. He's all landed and stuff. I'm pretty happy with that find. I mean, we died, and I think we no longer have access to our systems. I mean, I'll check. We have more hydrogen, which is great, but that's not really okay. We need to sort our own hydrogen generation. That's not the way to do it. Okay, we still have access to our systems. I really thought that when you died, you lost access, but I And that would be probably a good thing, because it's not really fair to keep dying and using that as an opportunity to get hydrogen. And I'm not going to do that. It was pure accident, and honestly, it was kind of a bullshit death. I don't understand why we died there. I consider that a game glitch, and I'm not going to count that either way. But it's not okay to die. We will take advantage of the fact that we have more hydrogen, but we'll also take the opportunity to make an oxygen generator so that we can produce our own hydrogen and stop having to worry about our jetpack. I don't think it's in here. I'm a bit dumbfounded, flabbergasted, stupefied. I can't think of any more. Are they superlatives? What are they? I can't think of any more of whatever they are. Where are you, oxygen generators? I thought I'd seen all of this ship. This is so confusing. Confusing. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, so you could have walked up here. Is it there? No, those are interior walls. It might actually be easier to weld these. Ah, there's conveyors going here, but those look like they were conveyors to the external ports. There's those rooms there on either side. It would make sense for those rooms to have their own independent oxygen generation systems. And there are vents here. Okay, we are now in the middle of space because, and we're yellow, because I died another bullshit death. Damaged voxels, or I guess, I don't know if they're voxels, because I'm not sure if that just refers to asteroids. Damaged blocks are some of the most dangerous thing in this game, apparently. I will just be more careful. It doesn't cause any hassle, it's just a bit of annoyance. So I'm going to stay away from them and continue to look for the oxygen generator. Okay, what I've done is, I've turned the power in this ship on, and I'd hope that will allow me to show on the HUD where the oxygen generators are, but that actually hasn't worked, which is kind of annoying. There is power in on the ship though. I hadn't realised those batteries, one of the batteries anyway, the one that we haven't ground down much, is still working fine, which is good to know. I know that there used to be a compartment in the ship on the upper floors. We have found the oxygen generator. I'm going to go on the outside so that you can see exactly where it is. So it is behind these big engines. I wonder whether I could have just seen it. No, okay, so it's behind here. We can take our ship now and grind these things down. I think our ship actually might have not enough room left. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so we're going to go grind that out. I might empty our inventory because, as you can see, we're quite heavy. I've put a lot of our junk away and we are so much more nimble, which is great. Just saves us a lot of hassle. So I think we have to grind through here and we'll get to our oxygen generator. There is a full oxygen tank. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm going to have to grind this out too. I'm going to go in from the other side. There's a full oxygen tank. I don't know what to do about that. I think we don't need to preserve the oxygen there. We're better off just getting the components out. So I think I'm just going to grind the oxygen tank out as well. Because we've got an infinite supply of oxygen now. Maybe not the most amazing infinite supply, considering that I think it goes up quite slowly. We've only got two oxygen generators. But it's definitely infinite, and we're not desperate for oxygen because we've got still a fairly full tank in this. So I'm not going to preserve this, and maybe that's a waste. I guess only the time will tell. Now I think this oxygen generator is also full of gas tanks, which will be really handy. And I'll probably keep a full one on us just in case. But we shouldn't have to use our jetpack a ton. Soon we'll have to build a second gravity generator because our station's got too large for the gravity that I set up. Or I think we might be able to just extend that gravity generator a bit. Oh, our ice is escaping. Our ice is escaping. I didn't want to kill ourselves. I still killed ourselves. Okay, nothing tragic and horrible happened, I absolutely assure you, and I definitely didn't forget to turn off my welder, which I turned on by accident when I was trying to turn off my grinder. Yeah, nothing like that happened, so don't worry about that. We are a different colour now, I think, though. Some ice floated away, and that makes me really sad, but I'm guessing that is because our inventory is now full of ice, and we can only confirm or deny that now. Yeah, okay, I mean, a little tiny bit of ice floated away. We've still got 27 kilograms, which is basically us set for ice. I don't know why any floated away, though. The inventory's fine. Maybe it's just that it couldn't move it fast enough. I don't know. Let's go get the other... Why can't I move? Oh, yeah, our landing gear automatically locked to the ship, so we couldn't get out. In fact, actually, I'm going to just go build our other oxygen generator now, because it makes more sense to do it this way around. In case things go bad, in case we lose some ice, in case blah blah blah, anything like that. I'm going to put together our oxygen generator now. So we may as well stick it here. Okay, there's our oxygen generator placed. Same logic as these ones. We've taken a little bit of space off of, or a little. I keep trying to press the wrong button to get into our ship. A little bit. We've reduced the pressure a little bit on how many connectors we'll have to build. Maybe it won't save us that much, but it's one extra thing. Helps a little bit. Okay, that was quick. Let's transfer however much ice we can transfer manually. Oh no, why is that button next to the bloody head remove thing? The bloody remove your helmet. It shouldn't be so close. I'm just going to go ahead and drag as much over. I don't know why I was clicking it all into the inventory. So this should have power. Can I tell it to just produce oxygen? Hydrogen? Maybe I think I probably need to put tanks in it. So we have lots of tanks, which is great, means we don't have to make them. In fact, I might even reduce some of these tanks down. I guess we need to produce a hydrogen bottle. Not much that contains silver. I think we maybe have some spare parts left over from the first time we built a reactor. Remove my helmet again. Great. Okay, we've got loads of spare parts from when we built a reactor. So we can take as many of these as possible and break these down, and these contain silver. We need a lot of silver anyway, so that we can build a med bay. We need silver, so we need silver for two of these things. Really, we need it for the medical components and also for the hydrogen tank. So yeah, we can break down those bottles now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these bottles. I don't know why I'm taking the full ones, but I don't know why not either, because we've got oxygen again, like I said. I'm going to break these bottles down. We probably have the resources to finish one of these now. What are we missing? Computers. I saw some stuff that we can get computers off in there. Okay, here's our second assembler. They should be linked on the side, so they should be able to use each other's resources. So let's try and make this assembler put together a hydrogen bottle. I thought it would pull from the other one's inventory. Okay, they actually can't pull from each other's inventory. Okay, so let's put down the connectors that we need to make. By connectors, of course, I mean conveyors. I forgot that we had the complex conveyors installed, so actually I can do this a little bit more efficiently. Okay, there's our conveyor system, or just a very small part of it. May as well future-proof, or not future-proof rather, but may as well connect these ahead of time. So this is going to go over to our oxygen generation as well. I think we can connect it at the bottom to the tanks, which should be here. I'm not going to do that though, because it'll ruin our airtightness, but I will when it's time. Let's see if we have the resources to handle this. So first up, let's just do the ones at the back of this, because those are the most important for now. Okay, we had enough components for one. What we're missing then? Motors. We have motors. There is our hydrogen tank. That's great. I think we have to access this assembler to get it. Okay, we should be able to put this in here. And there is more hydrogen. That's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. It's not gone into our jetpack yet, but I guess it won't do that until the jetpack's empty. So that's a great position for us to be in. I'm going to take these motors. What do all of these need? Because then I can just grab all those components out. Okay, that's our conveyor system set up for at least just to the assemblers, which is just the kind of the crucial thing right now. The first thing we should probably build is how many components do we need to make a med bay? Because I think a med bay would be quite helpful. But honestly, I think solar panels will be more useful. So how many? Let's check how many solar panels. Like, I mean, we can deal with the frustration of having to find our base every single time. But what is not very easy to deal with is the lack of any power. Like, if we lost power, it wouldn't matter that we had a med bay. So let's go ahead and build solar panels first. We need the 60, right? Okay, I actually just put a ton in there because we can use them. So I've told this assembler to take apart all of these resources. We're going to get a lot of silver out of that, a good amount, which should mean that we'll be able to produce enough solar panels. We'll need nickel as well, so anything that has nickel in it, I will start breaking that down as well. And hopefully soon we'll be able to make some radio communication components. Obviously, the point that we're working up to is that we'd like to escape from the situation that we're in, where we have limited resources. So we're trying to get enough production power, enough power storage, enough sustainability where we can build a ship and we can use that ship to get the hell out of here. And that is a point that, honestly, we're not too far from. Right? We need hydrogen. So obviously, it just occurred to me that a hydrogen tank is probably the best thing to build. So that involves, obviously, lots of hydrogen production, because I'd like to go to a planet next. I had to play around in planets in creative. Well, that's not the right place. I had to play around on planets in creative, and it was a lot of fun. So what's going to happen is that we're going to make sure that we've got enough resources here, make sure that we can survive here. And then once we can survive, we're going to start building a forever ship. A ship that's going to take us to salvation. And on the way, we'll... Ooh, a ship just spawned in. We'll wait till it gets closer and we'll see what it is. But a ship that will take us to a place where we can live happily. But also a ship that has enough resources that we can sustain ourselves in future on the ship. Because I'm thinking that it should be a reasonably long journey. I'm not going to show you the whole journey. It's not going to be a role-played 6 months of traveling through space. What it will be, though, is I probably will stop at some asteroids so that we can put together... I'll make a spaceship, and then we'll stop at some asteroids with power production, and maybe just 2 or 3 episodes there at the asteroids, mining and producing the stuff we need to make a ship that will allow us to land on a planet. And I'll probably do 2 planets. I'm looking forward to landing on an alien planet, and I'm looking forward to landing on a Terran planet. And those 2 things will be different scenarios, and I'll have a think about how I want to do that. But of course, if you are a viewer and you are interested in seeing something in particular, you should let me know. I mean, I always mention it at the end of my videos, not because it's just what you should say, but because I genuinely want to hear. If you have any ideas about what you think you'd like to see me do, what scenarios you'd like to see me try and tackle, or ideas that you think would be fun to do, then let me know. Because I'm doing this for me, but I'm doing this for you as well, you know? This is... That looks like... Oh, a pursuer. Oh, I don't think that's got any guns. I think it's just fast. We are going to go pursue the pursuer. I completely lost track of what I was thinking of because I'm really eager now to go and get that pursuer. Yeah, okay. Well, I was just saying, let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see. Do we have access to these yet? We can, yeah. We've locked them before, so we can unlock them. Where do I even put fuel in this bloody thing? Where the hell is the power? Tell you what, let's see how much power we have. 27 minutes on full thrust. So I'm going to try and get out there, and then once we're out there, I will stop and think about what we need to do. We can turn our inertial dampers off, and that gives us a lot more time. The ship gets up to speed quite fast, so I'm not worried about not being able to get back. If we do this right, we won't waste a ton of power trying to clamp down on this thing. Set our landing gear to auto lock, so we should be able to just glide up to it and get her. We're about to find out whether this is what I think it is, which is a very small craft with lots of thrusters, or a very large craft with lots of guns. It could be either. I'm going to go ahead and turn the inertial dampers on. We'll try not to burn through our fuel, but we'll have to do what we have to do. It looks like a large ship. Large ships tend to have guns! Okay, it has got... Oh, wait, the guns have stopped firing. The guns are only on one side. Okay, we're risking a lot here, but the guns are only on one side. The guns are only on one side. So if we can stay on this side, we're not going to get shot. But we need to not go past this side. We need to not go past this side. The first thing we need to do is not go past this side. Oh, this is going to be very tricky. The ship's so large I can barely even see. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Let's move down there. Okay. Okay. We should lock on. We should lock on. Did we just lose our feet? I hope we didn't. Because if we did, then this whole thing's lost. I think we locked on. We've locked on. Let's turn our inertial dampers on. Okay, we locked on. We locked on barely. Let's wait till we get to 0 speed, and then I'm going to grind through. Hopefully there's no weapons on the inside. This is a great find. This may actually be the ship that takes us to safety. This is a really good find. We're still going a little fast. Okay, there we go. Slow down. There is gravity. The gravity's the wrong way, though, obviously, because we're at the bottom of the ship. Let's try and grind through to the cockpit. We'll have to be careful, because we might actually be grinding the block that the cockpit's on. So as soon as we can see through... Okay, we're not. As soon as we can see through, though, we need to... What was that? Oh, that was it losing air tightness. Okay, so there's oxygen, which is another good thing. If there was any crew, we've killed them, but of course there's not going to be. Okay, we are grinding the block that the cockpit's on. I'm going to go ahead and grind that back up. And we know that we need to go at least 2 blocks down, because otherwise we will lose the ship entirely. We need the cockpit to be on. We haven't got the resources to build another cockpit in there. And we saw that there was a block in the way. There's another block in the way. We might be able to... We'll just grind through that, though. Is there a gun? Oh, this actually isn't the... It doesn't look like there are any guns on the inside. But I guess we'll find out when we pop our head. No? Okay, good. Looks like we can fly this home. That is incredibly lucky. We'll have to move our ship to make sure it's not over one of the... engines. Oh, actually, we might have to deal with that gun before we go home. Because I'm just going to keep grinding this down because I don't know which one is the important line. The blue line or the red line? I think it's the blue line. So, we have to grind that gun down because if we don't handle that gun before we leave, it will shoot our base and destroy it, which would be extremely bad. So let's handle that now. We've got gravity in here, which is great. Let's see if we can. Let's see what's in the inventory. What would be great to find here is a cargo. Is a med bay. Is there a med bay? There is a med bay. There is a med bay, and this is not going to despawn now. That's how we'll get back out. Let's fly over here. So what I'm worried about is internal guns. It just occurred to me that I might need to actually sit in the cockpit before I can prevent it from despawning. So I'm going to do that. We'll also get a look at where the gun is. Okay, I have a much better solution for taking out this gun now. It is above this conveyor, I think. So I'm just going to grind out this conveyor, and then I'll grind out whatever other blocks are above it. And we'll be done with the whole gun situation by just... The gun will just float off into space, unpowered, unable to shoot us. Yeah, once we find out how much uranium it has, we'll be in even better position. I might honestly actually grind this if I can. Oh, I took my helmet off. Okay, I thought I took my helmet off. Okay, let's patch up the holes in this ship so that we'll have oxygen. And we will be on our way. Probably turn the inertial dampeners back on. That's probably a sensible move. We should now have oxygen, because it should be airtight. What's not airtight here? Oh, it's this. Yeah, okay, we're airtight now. Let's make sure that our ship's not in a bad position. And then we will get off. We'll move it to the top just for the sake of convenience. We damaged Clyde a little bit. We destroyed one of his engines. We will fix that later. That's my bad. I really thought... I couldn't see the tip of that antennae, so we've damaged him a little bit. That's fine though, won't cause any hassle. Okay, that's locked in position. I'm going to turn your engines off. Otherwise you would cause problems. There we go. There is our nice little ship. Isn't that a good find? So it's got oxygen, it's got gravity, it's probably got some power, but either way it's got solar panels, and that saves us a lot of hassle with making... might save us a lot of hassle with making solar panels, but either way, this thing will be... I'm going to clean out the inside a little bit, but this thing will be our ticket to sustainability. So we have like 0 fuel. So the only thing we can do really is coast in on very little speed. Let's go up to as fast as we can, and then we will coast home. I'm going to get this guy home, and that's probably going to be the end of this episode. The next episode we will be finishing off the things we need to finish in our station. I wasn't moving. I didn't realise we weren't moving. That's embarrassing. I must have turned inertial dampeners on. I might end up using a merge block to make this part of our station so that we can have take advantage of the solar panels. Let's take a look at this ship and see what we're getting ourselves into, and then we will end the episode there, because I think we've made a lot of great progress. Not only have we made manual improvements to our base, we've also made some really great steps forward in our abilities, what we have access to by capturing other ships. This one in particular was risky because it did have a gun, but also a really good opportunity to take advantage of what we know about space engineers. So going under the other side of the ship was a good idea. We were able to avoid the gun while still getting the ship. I think that worked out pretty well. It's a shame we couldn't preserve the gun and use it for things in future, but there'll be more guns, there'll be more places and times where we can get more guns, and we can even just build them ourselves. So I'm not particularly worried. I know that the Clyde, which we picked up earlier, has guns on it, a lot of guns. So whenever we need them, we can take advantage of that. I'm just taking a while here to grind this down. Interesting, this back area is not airtight. I just saw all the air rush out. Maybe we left the door open, actually. Ah, I think we did. No, we didn't. Why is it not airtight? What's going on here? Why can't I move? Probably just not use my jetpack since there is gravity. Yeah, something odd's going on here. Either way, we'll grind this down. And when we've done this, we'll have access to a medical room, which is important. Okay, now we can die without worries. Not without worries, but you know, we can die without having to face any serious hassle from it. And also, we can change to a colour that I prefer. Lovely. No other models. So there we go. We have access to a medbay. This is a really nice, like, very compact ship, and I'm a big fan of it. But it's also not really what we need. I'd like to make kind of a hulking ship for us to... good. More doors accessed. I'd like to have a bit more of a hulking ship for us to move on into the future with. I should probably close that door before I open this one, but... oh well. That's all we're going to do with the ship for now. It'd be good if these had access to power, but honestly, it's pretty fine. We're going to go in and take out everything we don't need and put in all the stuff we do need. Rather, we're actually just going to steal all the components. I'm going to make one check to see whether we can grind down solar panels and get the solar panels out. So from there, we should have picked up solar panels. Oh, you can. We can pick up solar panels. So I will be transferring all of these to our station in the next episode. I'm just going to finish these so that they're not part of our worries in the next episode. Okay, there's our hydrogen situation all fixed. This should output all the hydrogen that we need. Let's just check. No hydrogen stored. Honestly, I don't know why this isn't producing hydrogen. My rationale was that an oxygen generator, which I know produces hydrogen because we filled up a hydrogen tank from it, should fill this with hydrogen, but it is apparently not. It's got power, so I don't really know what's happening here. I guess we'll leave that for the next episode. We've done everything we need to in this episode. Let's see how many solar panels we were able to make in the end. 1. What's up with you? We forgot to disassemble. That's why we haven't got anything else. Hopefully we will pick up some more silicon, which will allow us to make more. But I don't know. Okay, so we're in a good position now. Honestly, we don't need to finish this because this is so much better as a pursuit ship. Than this one ever was. So when we make in future our grinding area, which will probably be set into the base of this area, we might just destroy this ship. I think that's probably what's going to happen, actually. Okay, next episode when we make grinders, we will destroy this ship. For now, I think that's all. Let's call it here. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your viewership. If you have any ideas or suggestions, really don't forget to leave them in the comments below because I really do appreciate them and I will do everything I can to listen to them. So I will see you next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and I will see you next time. This has been Jester of None.